is certainly a top contender for Understatement of the Year. So, possibly against my better judgment, I decided not to split this video into multiple parts because I wanted you to see all the flaws of this game, major and minor, in its entirety. So, I hope you brought your food and drinks because you all are in for quite a treat. This is the definitive Gaming Sins video after all. So, without further ado, let us begin. EA. Let me just go ahead and point out one of the biggest problems of this game that hardly anybody ever talks about. It was designed and marketed towards newer players, which is pretty much the dumbest thing you can do when creating the final installment of a planned trilogy. If you play this game before playing the previous two, you are going to be missing so much context to the point where you'll wonder why you even bothered. This is factually incorrect. The Reapers are starships constructed of synthetic and organic material, and they harvest only advanced civilizations. I mean, yeah, they'll eventually harvest all organic life, but if they had already wiped out all organic life, there would be no reason for them to return from dark space. This is also factually incorrect. Remember how Shepard is not the only one who has seen the Reapers in person? Remember my squad mates? And the Alliance fleet? And the Citadel fleet? Let's just go ahead and add another sin for the fact that the game basically forces you to play multiplayer if you want to get the absolute best ending. Sorry. To use the words best ending in Mass Effect 3 is to be the biggest walking, talking contradiction in the history of planet Earth.
Is this what Shepard warned us about?
Yes, the Cthulhu-like entities that Shepard has been warning you about since the first game, that we should have spent the entire second game preparing for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she was talking about. Unless, of course, being brain dead runs within the Alliance, which is entirely plausible. Who the hell are you, and why are you seemingly the only person in this building without a uniform of any kind? What? Did the Alliance run out of funding for their Blast Hard Cheese soldier program?
We gotta go. The Defense Committee wants to see you.
3 games into this series, and the Alliance hasn't accumulated any tactical data on how to combat the Reapers. Otherwise, they would have no reason to speak to Shepard.
Something big's headed our way.
The Reapers?
We don't know. Not for certain.
What else could it be?
Exactly. You've already confirmed you've lost 2 of your deep space outposts. Shepard has been warning you about the Reapers for years. Is there not a microtransaction out there for you to purchase a clue?
You faced down a Reaper. Hell, you spoke to one, then blew the damn thing up.
No. Shepard killed the reanimated Saren that was connected to Sovereign, then the remainder of the Arcturus and Citadel fleets blew up Sovereign. Quit with your misinformation, Anderson.
You've seen how they harvest us, what they plan to do to us. You know more about this enemy than anyone.
Yes, only Shepard knows more about the Reapers than anyone, and not the numerous squad mates that were with her on the suicide mission where they fought that mountain of retardation.
When you blew up the Batarian relay, hundreds of thousands of Batarians died.
It was that or let the Reapers walk through our back door.
Yeah, and a lot of good that did. 6 months have passed since the end of the Arrival DLC of Mass Effect 2, and yet the Alliance still didn't make any preparations. Plus, wasn't the Citadel supposed to be the relay that links to dark space? That's the whole reason why the Reapers were trapped there in the first place.
But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
So what the hell was the point of Saren using the conduit in Mass Effect 1 if the Reapers could just enter the galaxy through another relay?
I'm just a soldier.
Excuse me, Princess. I am a Vanguard, not a soldier.
Kaidan.
How'd it go in there, Major?
Wait, Major? So from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 3, Kaidan went from Staff Lieutenant to Major, jumping 3 whole ranks within the span of a few years. And the only notable things he did in between were artificially being kept alive on Virmire and failing to install defense turrets on a human colony while miraculously not getting captured by the Collectors via plot protection. Yet Shepard has saved the entire galaxy twice and never gets promoted. It's even worse when it comes to Lieutenant Commander Asshole Williams, who jumps 5 whole ranks for basically doing the same thing. It's like, hey, let's just give these side characters a hand-me-down so that they can pretend like they're on equal ground with the main protagonist, when they clearly never earned it.
You know the commander?
I used to.
Disloyalty.
The Reapers are here. Then, how do we stop them? Stop them? This isn't about strategy or tactics. This is about survival.
But wouldn't survival require strategy and tactics?
Each of us has to be willing to die to save humanity. Anything less, and they've already won.
But if you all die, there won't be a humanity left to save. Deep Thoughts with GCN tonight at 11.
Admiral, we've lost contact with Luna Base.
The moon? It couldn't be that close already.
Anderson is surprised that the Reapers who built the mass relays that allow a ship to travel faster than light are already near Earth, despite this game taking place months after Mass Effect 2. So, if in Mass Effect 2 the Reapers started viewing humanity as a worthy species to create a new Reaper from, why are they laying waste to humanity Godzilla style here, when their overall plan is to harvest them? Wait, is Mass Effect 3 justifying my disdain for Mass Effect 2's plot and confirming how stupid it is?
We fight or we die.
Or you could end up doing both. I think what you meant to say was we either die today or we retreat, regroup, gather more forces, and live to fight another day.
Here, take this.
Alert! Failure of game design detected. At this point in the entire Mass Effect arc, this is the most important part of the story. The Reapers have arrived, Earth is being destroyed. What the game should have had was a simple sequence of Shepard and Anderson escaping with the basic movement controls, finding James and Kaidan or Ashley along the way, and saving the first actual gameplay section for Mars, allowing the player to actually get invested in the story. Instead, you start off with a moment like this.
Come on, you Reaper bastards, I'm gonna kill every single fucking one of you.
Who's assuming control now, you silly pricks? Stupid game mechanic makes Shepard jog really slow but sprint really fast, thus causing imbalanced gameplay. That's strange. Wasn't aware I was playing a game that was ported from the Sega Genesis. This child possesses the power ring of teleportation. He was just here at the beginning of the game, and now he's here. And let me just get this out of the way right now. I know a lot of you are going to use the indoctrination theory as an excuse for why a lot of dumb shit happens in this game. BioWare has had plenty of time to either confirm or deny that theory, and considering the reason behind Mass Effect Andromeda's existence, it's pretty damn clear that they chose to deny it. And if you have any doubts that this game has some terrible writing, consider that the lead writer for this game ended up being the director for Mass Effect Andromeda. You can clearly see the kid run through these locked doors, but when the Reaper destroys this section, the kid can be seen later on in the vent. Pistol that previously had unlimited ammo now runs out of a clip.
We need to go to the Citadel, sir. Talk to the Council.
Yeah, let's talk to the Council that has denied the existence of the Reapers since the first game. I'm sure they'll be well prepared.
The Citadel. The fight's here.
Here's another one of the biggest problems of this game. Here we are in this space opera trilogy, and all of a sudden, Earth is now the focal point of the game, and more important than the fate of the entire galaxy. Javik, my man, can you clarify how utterly stupid this idea is?
The loss of a planet is insignificant next to the loss of the galaxy.
Thank you. Ah, yes. I remember that you can sit here indefinitely and just watch the Reaper blast this dreadnought a dozen times over without it exploding, even though the Reapers have enough power to destroy a dreadnought with one shot. Immersion, what is it? Also, according to Mass Effect's own lore, this dreadnought is not even supposed to be near Earth's surface, since dreadnoughts discharge their own drive cores into the magnetic field of a planet while in orbit. That dreadnought should not be in the position where it's at. Now I'm reminded why this game is so brain dead. They actually gave players the option to skip conversations in a role-playing franchise where one of the main draws is the dialogue wheel. But this was such a good game until the ending. Man, I don't even think if I was a billionaire I could afford to be that delusional. But I can't afford to give this game 50 cents for breaking the cardinal rule of game design. See, this is precisely why you shouldn't have opened up this prologue with gameplay and full access to my powers. I don't even care that the Reapers are tearing through Earth right now. I just want to lay the biotic smackdown on some cannibal pricks.
Normandy, this is Anderson. Do you read?
What's your location?
By a downed gunship in the harbor. I'm activating its distress beacon. Send support. We've got wounded down here. Major! Damn it! I lost the signal.
Okay, two things. One, Kaidan is somehow already aboard the Normandy, meaning the Normandy was already nearby when the Reapers attacked. So the game basically extended this opening longer than it should have been. Two, you mean to tell me that the Normandy, which has a hyper-advanced AI capable of quantum entanglement installed in it, has difficulty clearing up and locating a distress beacon? Wow. Game did not even wait till we exited Earth before inundating us with a defend your position segment. Game allows you to give upgrades to Anderson, even though he's only available as a squad mate in this opening sequence, effectively making it pointless. So these cannibals just drop from orbit in the shape of meteors, don't get pulverized by the impact, and immediately get up to attack us. I mean, I guess it's not surprising this series is terrible with planetary entry physics. This is the same team that tried to convince me that Shepard died in the beginning of Mass Effect 2 by plummeting down to a planet's surface and somehow not disintegrating along the way or on impact, and then just miraculously reconstructed her exactly as she was before. But hey, the writers don't care about details, so it's no surprise that they don't think you would either.
I'm not going. You saw those men back there. There's a million more like them, and they need a leader.
Okay, but you just said you would help those men get out of here.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here.
And now you want to stay behind and lead them? Also, why would you stay behind and lead them when Earth is currently being decimated by the Reapers? Where are you going to take them? Plus, didn't you suggest we talk to the Council?
We need to go to the Citadels. Talk to the Council.
So why are you suddenly turning into a bonehead?
We're in this fight together.
It's a fight we can't win. Not without help.
The immeasurable stupidity of it all. She just said, we're in this fight together. That in no way contradicts it's a fight we can't win, not without help. You both agree that you need support from the other races to have a chance at the Reapers, so there's no reason for Anderson to stay on Earth.
We need every species and all their ships to even have a chance at defeating the Reapers.
I agree, Anderson. So I once again ask you, why the hell are you staying on Earth? Why aren't you going with us to help secure those alliances?
I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can.
Earth is finished. You should not have any way of returning to Earth within a certain amount of time and save the survivors. The Reapers should have just killed the military opposition and then harvest the rest of the humans like they had planned to do in Mass Effect 2. Nobody notices this lonesome child. Ah, there's the real indoctrination right there. The Inception. Reapers missed the perfect opportunity to kill Shepard, ending the game instantly. Would have saved everyone a lot of disappointment.
Anderson wants us to go to the Citadel, get help for the fight.
Bullshit, he wouldn't order us to leave.
Good to know that James is living up to the meathead stereotype by questioning why an admiral ordered his evacuation from a planet that's currently being annihilated by the Reapers.
I've been researching the Prothean archives with Dr. Tassoni. We found a way to stop the Reapers. Only way to stop them.
Gotta love how this game retcons the entire purpose of Mass Effect 1's opening. The whole reason for retrieving the Prothean beacon on Eden Prime was to see if it would help advance technology for everyone, particularly humanity, because we had already learned everything we could from the Prothean archives on Mars.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon?
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
So, in the decades the Alliance has known about the archives, nobody noticed blueprints for some ancient superweapon until now?
Shepard, I need a straight answer.
About what?
Do you know anything about why Cerberus is here?
What makes you think I know what they're up to?
You work for them, for God's sakes. How am I not supposed to think that?
Here we go again with this forced conflict of Kaidan or Ashley questioning Shepard's loyalty, even though, depending on how you played, you abandoned Cerberus. And James flat out says Shepard has had no contact with him in the time she's been on Earth.
Commander Shepard's been under constant surveillance since coming back to Earth. No way they've communicated since.
These Cerberus troops can't hit a target. I mean, they're in a ventilation shaft. It's not that difficult to aim.
I've discovered plans for a Prothean device, one that could wipe out the Reapers.
Here? On Mars?
In the Prothean archives, yes.
We've known about the archives for decades. Why now?
Process of elimination, mixed with a little desperation.
The term plot convenience has never been more appropriate than with this game. This device was never shown or hinted at in any of the Prothean beacons Shepard came across. It was never mentioned by Vigil on Ilos, even though it would have made sense for the plans to be stored in Vigil to pass down to future Cycles who weren't indoctrinated. And as we later find out, it's a device in which countless Cycles have been adding to. And at no point in the Reaper's infinite wisdom did they ever notice these plans, even though they harvest the most advanced civilizations. I know when I've come across quality quality game design when they map 3 different functions to the same key, even on PC. You know, the platform where you're supposed to be able to bind keys to your liking.
Stopping the Reapers is the only thing we should be focused on.
But what if we're wrong? What if there's no way to stop them? What if these are our last days and we spend them scurrying around trying to solve a problem we can't fix?
My exact thoughts when playing this game. More importantly, I want to know why this game didn't progress with the dark energy plot that was hinted at in Mass Effect 2. Then again, why do that when you can just use plot powers to summon a galactic problem solver? Dr. Eva clearly says,
"Set up a perimeter. No one else comes across."
We still have teams on the other side.
No one!
Yet this goon still falls for a trap and sends Echo Team over for extraction.
Roger that. Echo Team will ride over and secure the station.
My God. Looks like a husk. They did this to their own guy? Is this what they did to you?
How can you compare me to him?
Shepard, I don't know what you are, or who. Not since Cerberus rebuilt you. For all I know, you could be their puppet, controlled by the Elusive Man himself.
Sounds like a great subplot that was never implemented in the game. Imagine finding out later on that Shepard was rebuilt using a bit of Reaper tech that the Elusive Man came across, and that's why she's become more susceptible to indoctrination. And then the ending would determine whether you defeat indoctrination or betray all of humanity and doom the entire galaxy.
Cerberus brought me back to do one thing. Stop the Reapers.
Oh, is that why we spent an entire second game going after the Collectors? You know, the ones who were merely agents of the Reapers, and not the Reapers themselves. The Elusive Man, and by extension Cerberus, are set up as the main antagonists, instead of, the galactic invading Reapers. So remember when Anderson said this?
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon?
Yeah, this doesn't look like a small data cache to me. There's an entire collection of Prothean beacons, some of which are larger than the ones we found on Eden Prime and thus would have been far more important. Not only to humanity, since we basically learned to space travel thanks to it, but to the Council, since it would have allowed them to make new discoveries to help their own species. Damn you, Mass Effect 3, for making Mass Effect 1 so pointless.
What do you want?
What I've always wanted. The data in these artifacts holds the key to solving the Reaper threat.
Except you really have no reason to be here on Mars. Your whole grand tactic is to use the Reaper's power against them, something you've already proven with the Husk soldiers we saw earlier. Meaning you already have the information and technology you need to fulfill your goal.
What do you want?
What I've always wanted. The data in these artifacts holds the key to solving the Reaper threat.
In that case, why did you even bother wasting 4 billion credits to bring Shepard back to life in order to combat them? This dossier on Harbinger was on a datapad that Joker gave us at the end of Mass Effect 2, after we had already destroyed the Collector base and after we had already abandoned Cerberus.
That's what separates us, Shepard. Where you see a means to destroy, I see a way to control, to dominate and harness the Reaper's power.
And so began the descent into the realm of utter stupidity, where one human thinks he can control thousands of billion-plus-year-old starships composed of entire species that at one point in time said that their purpose is beyond organic comprehension. Cosmic disaster, thy name is Mass Effect 3.
I let you study the base so we could find a way to destroy the Reapers.
This isn't your fight any longer, Shepard. You can't defeat the Reapers.
And just like that, one of, if not the most important decision you made in Mass Effect 2 was completely hand-waved away as it plunged into the abyss. Man, Mass Effect 2 is so excellent. Excellent at being completely pointless.
This isn't your fight any longer, Shepard. You can't defeat the Reapers, even with the Prothean data.
And yet you think you can control the Reapers with the same data.
I got this one!
James Vega reaffirms his meathead status by ramming this shuttle, despite the fact that the Kodiak has guns attached to it that he could have used. Yeah, you all should have died there. Define absurdity. Choosing one of 2 squad mates to live in one game, then that surviving squad mate makes a very brief appearance in the second game, then you get them as a squad mate in the third game, but they get incapacitated within the first 45 minutes and will remain that way for a good chunk of the game. And on top of that, when they recover, you can actually choose whether they rejoin your squad or not. So I ask you, why couldn't we just let them both die in the first game in the first place? Hayden or Ashley somehow get a bruised face when they had the back of their skull smashed against the Kodiak. That's not how bruised faces work.
Send me the data. We'll do our own analysis.
Liara just gave you an analysis. This is war. This is not the time to be picky, especially when an ally is trying to help you out.
EDI is extracting data from the Cerberus machine. We'll have details to present to the Council by the time we reach the Citadel.
And you will literally present the same details to them as you just did with Hackett. You won't get any new information until much later in the game.
What are our options? You know we can't win this conventionally.
Except for those Thanix cannons that were created from the remnants of Sovereign's main gun, the same Thanix cannons that destroyed the Collector ship in Mass Effect 2, and according to the Codex is now being widely used by the Alliance military. There's the Reaper Blackstars that we occasionally come across that are powerful enough to destroy Harvesters. Then there's the M920 Canes, accurately nicknamed the Nuke Weapon, that are conveniently only usable near the end of the game, even though they were a heavy weapon in Mass Effect 2. So yeah, you do have conventional ways to defeat them. Besides, by the time we get to the end of the game, despite assembling the ultimate Deus Ex Machina device, we will have the combined fleets of every organic race in the galaxy. Thus, we will end up fighting the Reapers conventionally anyway.
Captain Bailey, good to see you again.
You too. Though it's Commander now.
Exactly. Captains outrank commanders. So that's not a promotion like you later claim it is.
I know, squeaky wheel gets the oil, but I didn't lobby for promotion like some other officers.
Also, and I forgot to mention this in my previous Mass Effect Sins videos, but C-Sec doesn't have a traditional military ranking, as they're separated by divisions with only an executor overseeing all operations. And we later find out that Bailey had killed Executor Palin in an incident, so his proper title should be Executor Bailey. Also, Bailey, as well as Udina, seem to be going through a Benjamin Button process where they look younger than they did in the previous game, for no discernible reason. Game is hilariously showing its age by reminding us that Jessica Chobot was a thing. You remember Jessica Chobot, right? Next thing you know, we'll get Adam Sessler, Kate Patello, and Morgan Webb back together for an X-Play reunion. Nothing says quality side quest design like randomly invading someone's privacy, traveling across the galaxy to get the item they're looking for, scan a planet, get chased by Reapers, and then bring the item back to them.
I'm not even sure why he picked me. Never know with politicians.
Bailey says he doesn't know why he got promoted, yet explains later on exactly why he got promoted.
He suspected Executor Palin was conspiring against the Council and had me investigate.
Find anything incriminating?
Yeah, enough to arrest him. And when Palin resisted, I was forced to kill him. Udina rewarded me with the promotion.
Counselors, we have that plan, a blueprint, created by the Protheans during their war with the Reapers.
Prothean? What is it exactly?
The worst kind of MacGuffin, one that was never hinted at or mentioned in previous entries. Mass Effect 1 was about discovering the Reaper threat. Mass Effect 2 was supposed to be about preparing for the Reaper threat, where all of this information would actually have some build-up behind it. Instead, we had to deal with that thing. And now here we are, just like a lot of YouTube content creators, rushing to get their product out at the last minute regardless of quality.
The scales. It would be a colossal undertaking.
No. I forwarded the plans to Admiral Hackett. The remnants of the human fleet are already gathering resources to begin construction.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just witnessed was a classic example of a piss-poor writer trying to cover their ass, and failing miserably. We have already established at the beginning of this game that the Defense Committee of Earth was not even prepared for the Reapers because they did not have proper information on how to combat them. But yet, after the initial Reaper attack on Earth, the remnants of the Alliance fleets are starting to gather resources to begin construction on a device that they didn't even know existed, and that they just discovered recently?
Commander, I can't give you what you're asking for, but I can tell you how to get it.
Suddenly, I'm getting fist flashbacks.
Wait, I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find her.
Save the Primarch, gain an ally. One with the power to grant you what you're looking for.
You are the Turian counselor on the Citadel. You already have the ultimate authority to grant Shepard what she needs for the war effort. There is no reason for you to send Shepard to extract a Primarch for a war summit when you just had a meeting with the other counselors.
Any news from Earth?
There is constant news. All of it bad.
Yet Anderson and plenty of other humans will be able to survive till the end of the game. That just goes to show how impenetrable plot armor really is.
How can you stand here while our families die? What are you going to do?
The same thing I've been doing for the past 3 years. Find a way to stop the Reapers.
Lies have been detected. We went on a glorified bug hunt in the last game and made zero effort to prepare for the Reapers. Child is an accurate representation of the Mass Effect series. Trainer replaces Kelly Chambers. What a waste of a shadow broker Liara is in this game. Remember when she says she could start a war if you gave her 10 minutes?
I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war.
Now, picture this. A game mechanic where Liara uses her intel to give Shepard all the side quests, use Shepard to solve any conflict within those quests, then use Diana Allers as our own way of propaganda to sway public perception into joining the war effort, in the same manner that Cerberus uses later on for Sanctuary. The fact that this game drops hints of that and then never capitalizes on it is worth 5 sins. Khalisa Al-Jalani, a tabloid news journalist who has done nothing but shame and annoy Shepard throughout 3 games, is somehow worth twice as much as Diana Allers. A reporter aboard the Normandy who can disclose major conflicts to the galaxy as they're being solved and can ultimately help the war effort. EMS makes no damn sense.
Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Oh, I can dance.
No, you can't.
Assuming control.
Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering.
Yet there is no bulkhead to protect the drive core from venting into engineering, even though it was specifically Trainer's job to oversee retrofits to the Normandy.
They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Unlimited probes? The Normandy has a Reaper IFF installed in it, which allowed it to pass through the Omega-4 relay and return safely. Yet that same technology does not protect the Normandy from being detected by the Reapers, even if its entire system's away.
Find out what Cerberus is doing and get me any Reaper tech samples you can, Commander.
Hackett wants to obtain a Reaper tech sample, despite clearly risking indoctrination. Gotta love how the game doesn't allow you to pick Javik if you manage to rescue him before you go to save the Turian Primarch. It's almost as if this RPG franchise that had player choice at the core of its design is forcing you to play linear, and that Javik shouldn't have been DLC. The Turians have the strongest military in the galaxy, and yet the Reapers are obliterating them. Man, if only there were some Thanix cannons that they helped create that could help them in their war with the Reapers.
During the cleanup, the Turians secretly salvaged Sovereign's powerful main gun, along with much of the weapon's Element Zero core.
That Reaper is enormous.
Saw bigger ones on Earth.
Those are capital ships, James. That means they're the largest known Reapers in existence. Besides Harbinger, there are no Reapers bigger than these.
Primarch Fedorian is dead.
So what happens now?
The Turian hierarchy provides very clear lines of succession.
According to Mass Effect's lore, Primarchs are leaders who rule a colonization cluster. Primarchs, as in plural, meaning more than one. Yet the game treats the term Primarch as if it's singular, being the ultimate leader of the Turian hierarchy. There would be no need for the game to make a big deal out of the one hair on Menai if there were multiple Primarchs.
James, you're up for tower repair.
Literal tower defense.
We've got a situation on the Normandy, Commander. It's like she's possessed. Shutting down systems, powering up weapons.
If the Normandy was shutting down systems, the ship would have crashed, you would have no way of communicating with Shepard, and the cargo bay would cease to release the Kodiak, which would be the only way to evacuate Menai. This definitely ranks as one of the dumber excuses to get rid of a squad mate. Turret cliché.
Damn it. Look at Palaven. That blaze of orange. The big one. That's where I was born.
Garrus knows where he was born, despite the fact that the side of Palaven we're looking at is completely shrouded in darkness and debris. If this were Earth, I would have no idea what side of the planet we're looking at.
I'm Primarch of Palaven. Negotiating for the Turian hierarchy? I'm no diplomat. I hate diplomats.
What makes you think you're not qualified?
I'm not really a by-the-book kind of guy, and I piss people off.
Now, this might just be my common sense speaking, but when you're on the verge of galactic annihilation, worrying about your qualifications for being a diplomat because you have unconventional thinking should be the least of your concerns.
Still, we can't help but feel that this summit is a waste of your time, and we can't afford to have it waste ours. So no, the Asari will not be at your summit.
You want to know how this would have been improved? Extend this conversation so that Shepard can decide whether or not to help the Asari when the time comes. Then when the Thessia mission comes along, you can actually choose not to play it, opting to collect resources from destroyed Reapers and build weapons like Thanix cannons, canes, Reaper Black Stars, and choose to fight the Reapers your own way that doesn't involve a Deus Ex Machina plot device. Holy shit, I just made Mass Effect 3 better.
Garrus said he had to attend to the Normandy's weapon systems. Something about calibrations.
How to kill a meme in 10 seconds or less.
I understand this is a difficult time for you, Primarch, but Earth can't survive without reinforcements.
Earth is irrelevant when the fate of the galaxy is at stake.
Commander, EDI just went offline.
Dr. Eva's body was disrupting the Normandy systems at the beginning of the Menai mission, yet so generously halts any further disruption until after the mission is completed.
EDI? Yes. You're in Dr. Eva's body. Not all of me, but I have control of it. It was not a seamless transition.
Later on, we find out that EDI was constructed using remnants from Sovereign, while Dr. Eva wasn't.
You'd be surprised, Doctor. Once we combine it with the pieces we recovered from the Citadel...
I'm still concerned about that. This rogue VI wiped out every soldier on Luna. Combining it with Reaper Tech, well...
That's what the shackles are for. The enhanced defense intelligence will be completely under control.
Since EDI is composed of Reaper Tech, she should have easily overpowered Dr. Eva in the same way that the Reapers overwhelmed the Geth later on in this very game, like Legion confirms.
The old machine took total control of our sensory equipment, our networking. Even then, we could not fully comprehend them. They are magnitudes above us. A single thought was immense, overwhelming.
I'm going to go ahead and add 10 cents for the fact that the Eden Prime from Ashes mission was locked behind a paywall. Cause sure, nothing says customer satisfaction than paying extra for the most important squad mate in the Mass Effect series so far.
Cerberus hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive.
There is no reason for Cerberus to be here in the first place. The Elusive Man already obtained all the Prothean data he needed from Mars, and Liara even says in this very mission that breaking the pod open would kill the Prothean.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him.
So Cerberus was never going to get the pod opened without Shepard's cipher anyway, thus making their mission pointless. So these Prothean artifacts have been on Eden Prime this entire time, thus completely negating the entire point of trying to excavate the Prothean beacon in secrecy at the beginning of Mass Effect 1.
Got it. That doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's... a Prothean. He's been in stasis for the past 50,000 years.
Except there's a little issue of that being practically impossible. Remember what Vigil said in Mass Effect 1 about how it had to shut down pods to conserve energy for other pods containing more important Protheans?
To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy.
And all the Protheans within those pods eventually died. So how did this pod conserve energy when there was no one left around to monitor it?
How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
So the Reapers have destroyed 300,000 life pods, meaning they know where the life pods are being stored. Yet they somehow didn't find and destroy Javik's pod?
Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
The absolutely thorough and relentless Reapers missed a few spots.
I'm transmitting the signal.
Perfect. It'll take a few moments for the life pod to process it.
Obligatory defend your position segment, which I could argue are all the N7 missions.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
Did you forget about what happened near the end of the first game? An event that you yourself were a part of? This memory shard is a device containing information passed down from Prothean to Prothean. Yet none of them, in their infinite wisdom, ever thought to store plans for the Crucible in it, despite Javik clearly being the avatar to avenge the Protheans in this cycle. That now makes Vigil and the memory shard two potential contingencies that were completely wasted. Look everyone, it's a gun we can use that has an unlimited ammo capacity. Man, technology sure has regressed quite a bit with these guns that need thermal clips.
I'd like an answer, Major. The galaxy has need of exceptional soldiers like you.
Hey, Alenko, I know that you've been a colossal failure throughout this entire trilogy, but we're gonna go ahead and reward you with a Spectre status since you're the only other original human squad mate on the Normandy.
I hate this place.
Then why are you here?
Cerberus stole Omega from me. The Elusive Man is now squarely at the top of my shit list.
Clever, powerful Arya T'Loak, who is hundreds of years old and has ruled over Omega for countless years, somehow gets outsmarted by Cerberus. Mind you, this is the same Arya who somehow snuck onto the Citadel undetected.
So you admit you and your thugs are here illegally?
Yes, and it only took C-Sec 3 weeks to figure it out.
How did Cerberus defeat you?
Disappointingly. You'll have to pay an extra $15 if you want to get that full story. Failing consumers. The developers have. Overlapping conversations.
Services. Selling now would be unwise.
When they took our world,
I'm aware of what's happening. Offload them into the Lotan cluster.
The last time I saw the Presidium, Remember how it was all rubble after Sovereign attacked?
I barely got to see the Presidium before half of it got crushed.
Yeah, 'cause all those hours I spent roaming around it counts as barely any time.
Word of advice, don't double-cross Aria.
Shepard? I believe the correct phrase is...
Don't fuck with Aria.
The great Commander Shepard on a leash.
It's repulsive how little Shepard's accomplishments mean in this game. Shepard survived a coup and earned the rank of N7. Shepard synced with a Prothean beacon. Shepard became the first human Spectre. Shepard stopped an asteroid from destroying Terra Nova. Shepard saved Liara and killed a Krogan Battlemaster. Shepard defeated an Asari Matriarch and Asari Commandos. Shepard saved the Rachni Queen. Shepard stopped Saren from creating a Krogan army. Shepard embraced eternity. Shepard convinced Saren to kill himself. Shepard died and then got resurrected as a cyber god. Shepard casually drinks Krogan liquor and then survived having her insides being torn out. Shepard killed a Thresher Maw. Shepard assembled 12 of the biggest badasses in the galaxy and solved all their data issues. Shepard then took said badasses through the Omega-4 relay, destroyed a collector ship, turned around to the worst plot device until Mass Effect 3 and destroyed that. Shepard survived the Omega-4 relay. Shepard eliminated the Shadow Broker and then replaced it with her hot, lovable Asari friend. Shepard entered Project Overlord and destroyed that. Shepard blew up an entire mass relay to delay the Reaper invasion. And what do we get for all this effort? Be my bitch and solve my problem some more. Clearly no earpiece.
You have a copy of a Shepard VI.
Don't have much
Oh,
time.
yeah. The one based on that war hero?
You mean the same war hero standing right before you? Miranda got plastic surgery.
Have you had any run-ins with the Elusive Man?
Just once. He doesn't take rejection well.
And neither do you, apparently.
We need to stay focused on the war. On survival. We can't go back to what we were.
Of course. I understand.
I'm sorry, Miranda.
It's all right, Commander. It's done.
Okay.
Look, it was great to see you, but I should get going.
And there's the folks who answered the distress call. Cerberus cruiser. At least a dozen fighters on blockade duty. Too many for us in a straight-up fight.
Yep. The same Normandy that went through the Omega-4 relay into the galactic core and shot down dozens of Oculi and the collector ship can't handle several Cerberus fighters. The same fighters that you effortlessly distract and outmaneuver.
There may be more nearby. Play dead until it's safe, then get to Kaylee Sanders at security.
Why don't you just tell the kid to go back the way you came, since you just cleared the area? Yep, Jack's new hairstyle is still repulsive.
As charming as ever.
Bite me, Garrus. Better yet, bite her. Probably how she likes it.
Too bad I have to go to 8muses.com to get that sort of satisfaction, instead of earning it in-game like I should.
Cortez to extraction team. The Cerberus cruiser is coming back.
How long have we got?
2 minutes tops, Commander. After that, there's no way we'll get past them.
Except Joker distracted the fighters, not the Cerberus cruiser stationed close to Grissom Academy that never left.
Students of Grissom Academy, the station is sealed. Surrender peacefully and you won't be harmed.
I mean, we've already raided your academy, captured some of your fellow students, and almost got you killed with a mech we just deployed, but sure. Please surrender peacefully and no harm will come to you.
Students, switch your Omni tools to privacy mode so they can't track you.
Maybe you should have set your Omni tools to private mode while the human terrorist organization attacked your school.
The security office. I hacked the lock. Guns. Lots of guns.
Actually, it'll just be one gun, the M96 Matic. The same Matic that I acquired earlier in this very mission. Avenger Assault Rifle appears after not being equipped this entire mission.
Screw you, ma'am.
Man, it's really strange going back to replay this game, knowing that I've been hearing Laura Bailey and all her Laura Baileyisms for quite some time now. She just had to weasel her way into another AAA game that, oddly enough, stars her longtime partner in crime, Troy Baker. I know I should suspend my disbelief and sometimes forget about logic for the sake of gameplay, but where the hell is Shepard getting this Alliance funding from? Arcturus Station has been decimated, Earth is in shambles, and the remnants of the Alliance are helping to build a giant plot device. I mean the Crucible. There's no human economy left to gain any Alliance funding.
Reaper scouts have arrived on Tuchanka. So why should I care if a few Turians go extinct?
Rex? Extinction refers to the complete termination of an entire species with no living members remaining. Turians will not go extinct if only a few of them die. My Krogan brethren, it would be best for you to pay attention to the language you use.
I'll tell you what I need. A cure for the genophage.
Sounds like a problem we should have solved back in Mass Effect 2 before the Reapers invaded the galaxy. But don't mind me, that's just my inner game designer and common sense speaking.
Why are you so opposed to the idea, Delatras?
Because my people uplifted the Krogan. We know them best. We uplifted the Krogan to do one thing, wage war.
So you uplifted the Krogan to wage war, and we're in the middle of the war to end all wars. So this debate is pointless, especially since the Reapers could invade your home world at any moment. Just cure the Genophage, get some Krogan on your side, and go kick some Reaper ass.
I won't forget this, Commander. A bully has few friends when he needs them most.
Kind of an ironic statement, seeing as how you almost alienated your only remaining potential allies. Rex is not available as a squad mate on this mission. You'll have to wait for an excruciatingly cringy apologetic DLC for that.
Shepard, excellent timing.
Morden's voice actor changes.
She's still here. Yes, last hope for Krogan. If she dies, Genophage cure... problematic.
Mass Effect 3 suddenly becomes the plot of Children of Men.
Females kept secret. Possibly a mole in STG could be indoctrinated.
If there was an indoctrinated mole in STG, what would be the point in killing the female? The Reapers proved on Menai that they've already fused Krogan and Turians to create the Brutes, meaning they've already captured some Krogans and converted them to serve their interests. Killing the female would be like cutting off their supply line for future subjects.